I have learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. A brave person is not someone who does not feel fear, but someone who conquers that fear. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I hope that your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. I am the captain of my soul. Nothing is simply black or white. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his own language, that goes to his heart. As I have said, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. The great peacemakers are all people of integrity, honesty, and humility. When we let our own light shine, we unconsciously allow others to do the same. When we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. The greatest fear is not poverty. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. What matters in life is not merely the fact that we have lived. It is the difference we have made in the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. We have fought against injustice wherever we have found it, whether big or small, and we fight against injustice to protect our own humanity. Difficulties have caused many to fall, but they have also created glory for many others. You will achieve more in this world through acts of kindness than you ever will through acts of revenge. Nonviolence is a good policy when circumstances allow. When the water starts to boil, it is foolish to turn off the stove. Appearance matters, and remember to smile. Honesty, sincerity, simplicity, humility, generosity, purity, being unpretentious, and a willingness to serve others. These qualities are within the reach of every soul and are the foundation of a person's spiritual life. Courage is not the absence of fear, it inspires others to overcome it. You must understand the whole of life, not just a small part of it. That is why you must read. That is why you must look up at the sky. That is why you must sing, dance, write poetry, suffer, and understand, because all of that is life. True learning comes when the spirit of competition no longer exists. If you lose touch with nature, you will lose touch with humanity. Asking the right questions is far more important than receiving answers. The solution to a problem lies in the understanding of the problem. The answer is not separate from the problem, it is within the problem. Freedom and love go hand in hand. Love is not a reaction. If I love you because you love me, that is merely a transaction. Something that can be bought in the marketplace. That is not love. To love is not to demand anything in return, not even to feel that you are giving something. And only such love can truly know freedom. Follow the wandering, the distractions. Find out why the mind has wandered. Pursue it. Delve into it fully. When a particular distraction is completely understood, that distraction will disappear. When another thought arises, follow it. If we can truly understand the problem, the answer will come from it because the answer is not separate from the problem. Acquiring knowledge is a form of imitation. You only truly learn when you dedicate your whole being to something. When you devote your entire self to mathematics, you will learn. But when you are in a state of conflict, when you do not want to learn but are forced to, it merely becomes a process of accumulation. Learning is like reading a novel with countless characters. It requires your full attention, not a conflicted attention. The end of sorrow is the beginning of wisdom. Meditation is freedom from thought and movement in the ecstasy of truth. Meditation is the explosion of intelligence. The end is the beginning. The beginning is the first step. And the first step is the only step. There is no measure of health in being well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Many of life's failures are due to people giving up without realizing how close they were to success. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a purpose, not to people or things. Everything you can imagine is real. Life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Spread love everywhere you go. Do not let anyone come to you without feeling happier. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Your time is limited, so do not waste it living someone else's life. It is not about how long you live, but how well you have lived that truly matters. The entire secret of a successful life is to find your mission and then pursue it. Sing as if no one is listening. Love as if you have never been hurt before. Dance as if no one is watching. Live as if you are in heaven on earth. Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I remember. Let me do it, and I learn. The most beautiful and wonderful things in this world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Sometimes, there are complicated questions, but the answers are simple. People are not beautiful because of their appearance or the things they say, but because they are themselves. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Do all the good you can. For all the people you can. In all the ways you can. As long as you can. Do not accept what life hands you. Make your life better and create something. A busy person has no time for tears. Happy people bring happiness to others. You will face many failures in life, but never let yourself be defeated. All negativity, pressure, and challenges are opportunities for us to rise. I like criticism. It makes us stronger. When someone loves you, the way they talk about you is different. You always feel safe and comfortable. Live every moment without hesitation. Life is simple, but people always make it complicated. Work takes up a large part of your life. The only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you have not found it yet, keep looking. Do not give up. Your heart will guide you, and you will know when you have found it. The greatest glory in life is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fail. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Be careful with your thoughts. They will become your words. Be careful with your words. They will become your actions. Be careful with your actions. They will become your habits. Be careful with your habits. They will become your character. Be careful with your character. It will become your destiny. When we do our best, we never know what miracle will come in our life or in the life of another. The healthiest response to life is joy. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. We are what we pretend to be. So we must be very careful about what we pretend to be. Keep calm and carry on. Keep smiling. Because life is a beautiful thing and there are so many things to smile about. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. So, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. A journey is only impossible if you never start. Trust yourself and follow your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. Love the life you live. Live the life you love. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to look for it. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness is the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down, happy. They told me I did not understand the assignment. And I told them they did not understand life. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. If you live long enough, you will make mistakes. But if you learn from them, you will become a better person. When you stop dreaming, it means you stop living. If you can do what you are best at and feel happy doing it, you will go further in life than anyone else. Do not limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind allows you to go. Remember that you can achieve anything you truly believe in. The rich never stop learning from their mistakes. The poor blame their circumstances when facing difficulties. The rich know that their most valuable asset is time. The poor often waste it on unimportant things. The rich continuously expand their thinking and knowledge, while the poor are often satisfied with what they already know. The rich do not just work for money. They work to create meaning and value in life. The rich know how to make money work for them. The poor only know how to work for money. The rich know how to turn failure into motivation to rise. The poor often give up when facing difficulties. The rich do not fear new challenges, while the poor often fear change and failure. The rich know that their greatest strength is knowledge, while the poor only rely on physical strength. The rich keep searching for opportunities. The poor only look for excuses to delay. The rich learn from their mistakes. The poor blame their circumstances. The rich know how to use failure as a lesson. The poor often see failure as the end. The poor always find reasons to give up. The rich find ways to overcome. The rich create differences. The poor just follow the crowd. The rich never accept failure. They always see it as an opportunity to learn and improve. The rich always have a long-term vision for the future and make long-term plans, while the poor often only live for the present. At first, you choose a partner based on appearance. And you enjoy it until you realize that your children will be raised not based on appearance but on values. If you expect the world to be fair to you just because you are fair, you are deceiving yourself. That is like expecting a lion not to eat you because you do not eat it. Do not tell anyone what you think or know. Keep secrets to yourself, because a friend today may be an enemy tomorrow. Every person in your life is a teacher. Some bring lessons of love and support. Others teach you what to avoid. Do not compromise your health to make money. You will have to spend money to restore your health, and it is not worth it. 75% of people do not care, and the remaining 25% will be happy when you struggle. So, keep them guessing. Wealth is never too much. As long as you respect the Almighty with your money, help the poor and those in need. Discipline may not be pleasant, but its results are worth it. What you allow is what will continue. We are products of the past, but we do not have to be prisoners of it. Success comes from listening more than speaking. Just because you miss someone does not mean you need them back in your life. The price of procrastination is the life you could have lived. Sooner or later, the one who wears a mask will forget their true face. True friends will reveal themselves when you are at the lowest point in your life. If you do not take care of yourself, you cannot take care of others. If you are lucky enough to have a second chance, do not waste it. Yesterday cannot be taken back, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. All you need to do is pay attention. The lessons always come when you are ready. Money makes the world go round, but do not let it make you dizzy. In solitude, the mind becomes strong and learns to rely on itself. Never be so kind that you forget wisdom, and never be so wise that you forget kindness. You will be alone in the hardest times of your life, but those moments will make you wiser, more mature, and braver. Next, please listen to the article. 10 Reasons Why You Lose Motivation and How to Overcome Them. Motivation is the core of creativity, productivity, and happiness. Unfortunately, when facing fear, challenges, or any other possible reasons, you can easily lose motivation. So, what are the real reasons why you lose motivation? And how can you overcome them? Whether it is fear, challenges, or any other possible reasons, we can all lose motivation. Productive Flourishing has shared this article with us. Written by Kath Duncan, the author of Remembering for Good. Below, Kath will discuss 10 reasons why you lose motivation and how to overcome them. Motivation is the core of creativity, productivity, and happiness. Motivation urges us to take action. And when we take action, we create movement, growth, and change. We feel useful, talented, and important. We feel powerful as we experience how we can change the world. We create more of the things we cherish in life. And all of this brings purpose and happiness to our lives. Losing motivation is like snow and ice. It is said that the Eskimos have numerous words for snow. Because snow is such an integral part of their lives, they highly respect even the smallest differences between different types of snow. These characteristics allow them to deal with each type of snow differently, depending on the challenges and opportunities they bring. Most of us only have one distinct sign for losing motivation. This means that you might assume you are struggling with the same issue every time you feel demotivated. However, in reality, losing motivation consists of many different problems, with many different types. If you only experience one of these types, you may only know how to apply old strategies to cope with it. Whenever you feel demotivated, for many people, that means setting goals, trying harder, checking progress to push themselves, managing life using the GTD method and endless to-do lists. Most of the time, these strategies are ineffective against the deeper causes of demotivation, and in some cases, they can even make you feel even more discouraged. The essence of losing motivation. Losing motivation is when you lack the determination to take action. And there are many reasons that lead to this state. Understanding the different characteristics of demotivation will help you identify the true cause of why you don't feel like working. When you do that, you will be able to choose the best tools and strategies to regain your motivation. Below are 10 different types of demotivation and the strategies that will help you find your motivation again. 1. Losing motivation due to fear. When you feel afraid, even if you are stepping into a new territory that you have chosen yourself, part of you is still determined to avoid moving forward. Fear slows you down, making you hesitant and cautious. This can sometimes be beneficial. However, in many cases, Your fears are just imaginary, rather than an accurate assessment of real risks. If your fear is strong enough, then even if you are eager to move forward, a part of you, the part that wants to keep you safe, may succeed in stopping you from progressing. You are stepping into a space that is both exciting and terrifying. How to regain motivation? To regain motivation, you must face your fears. Start by naming them, so they can no longer hide. Remember to thank them gently because, after all, they are just trying to protect you. Then, ask them, why am I so afraid of all these things happening? What is the actual probability that these things will happen? At this point, some of your fears will disappear immediately. Now, look at the fears that are still stubbornly staying. What are they telling you about? The research you need to do? The gaps that need to be filled? The risk management plans you need to put in place? Respect their advice by incorporating these elements into your plan. Finally, consider breaking down the changes you want to make into smaller steps. And focus only on these small steps. This will help calm your fears. 2. Losing motivation due to setting the wrong goals. Martha Beck has an excellent model for understanding motivation. She explains that each of us has two parts. The essential self. The social self. The essential self is the part of you that is spontaneous, creative, and playful. It is the part that understands what truly matters to you. The social self is a different part, developed from the day you were born. It learns the rules of society and works hard to ensure your safety by forcing you to follow common standards. We are surrounded by countless messages that are deeply ingrained in our social self. And we are always eager to please the majority. When you lose motivation, it is often because you are setting goals based only on what the social self wants. This pulls you away from the path your essential self truly wants you to follow. The essential self makes you lose motivation as a way to slow you down. It wants you to lose interest in the harmful goals you have set for yourself. How to regain motivation? Take time to reconsider your goals. Because the essential self never speaks, the easiest way to connect with it is through your body. Pay attention to how your body reacts when you think about each goal you are trying to achieve. If your body, especially your breathing, starts to show signs of tension, that is the clearest indication that you are pursuing a harmful goal. If you experience a strong reaction, throw that goal away. Then, question everything you have always thought you should do with your life. Pay attention to the things that make you smile, spark enthusiasm, or make you lose track of time. And instead, set your goals around those things. 3. Losing motivation because you don't know exactly what you want. When you are uncertain about what you want, your future vision will seem unclear. We are naturally drawn to familiar things, so we reject the unknown and the unclear. Instead, we return to and repeat familiar patterns. If you are not clear about what you want to create, it is understandable that you lack motivation, because sticking with your familiar present reality feels safer than stepping into the unknown. How to regain motivation? If you want to create something different from your current experience, simply knowing what you don't want is not enough. Instead, you need to know what you truly want, and you must clearly and specifically outline a vision of what you want to create. This will help you become familiar and comfortable with moving toward it. Take time to clarify what you want and why you want it. 4. Losing motivation due to value conflicts. Values are the things that matter most to you in life. A value conflict occurs when two or more important values are in opposition. You may feel like you can't satisfy all of them at the same time in a certain situation. This leaves you feeling torn between different paths. When you are trying to pursue what matters most to you, you might feel sudden bursts of inspiration, but then lose motivation and switch to a completely different task. Or feel completely drained of motivation, because all the energy spent on resolving your inner conflict has left you exhausted. This will quickly wear down your motivation. How to regain motivation? You need to untangle the conflict and take on the role of a mediator. Your goal is to bring the different parts of yourself that value different things onto the same team. Start by recognizing this internal conflict. Take a sheet of paper and draw a dividing line down the middle, creating two columns. Write about the two different directions you feel pulled toward. Summarize each direction in a sentence that expresses the desire of each side. Now, choose one side and ask, why does this part of me want this? Asterisk, what is the desired outcome? Keep asking and writing down the answers in the column until you reach the ultimate reason behind that desire. Then, do the same for the other side. Pay attention to the moment when you identify a shared desire between both sides. When you summarize everything, you will realize that all parts of you ultimately want the same thing. Because in the end, they are all part of you. Now that you truly understand what you want, you can examine the strategies each side has proposed and decide which ones will be most effective. Most of the time, once you are clear about what you really want, you will discover new ways to achieve it. Sometimes, this process will help you find a way to satisfy all your values. Other times, it won't. However, if you have taken the time to reflect on your values and have chosen to prioritize some over others for a certain period, this clarity will help ease your internal conflict. And when the conflict subsides, your motivation will return. 5. Loss of motivation due to loss of autonomy. We develop through autonomy. Everyone's brain has a neural center responsible for making decisions, and it needs to be exercised. Studies have shown that by training this brain region to make decisions, feelings of distress often subside. In his book Drive, Daniel Pink writes about studies showing that when working on creative tasks, having the freedom to decide, asterisk what we will do, asterisk when we will do it, asterisk how we will do it, asterisk with whom we will do it. This is the core of generating and maintaining motivation, creativity, and productivity. How to regain motivation. Take a look at how much autonomy you have regarding the goals you are striving to achieve. Are there any areas where you feel restricted and controlled? Consider how you can gradually gain more autonomy in terms of asterisk work, asterisk time, asterisk techniques, asterisk location, asterisk the colleagues you work with. And if you are employed, discuss with your manager to request more autonomy in certain professional areas where you have expertise. 6. Loss of motivation due to lack of challenge. Challenges are one of the key factors in motivation, emphasized by authors like Daniel Pink and Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, the author of Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience. When you face a challenge, that is also a wonderful moment. However, a challenge that is too great can undermine your motivation. See Section 1. And if it is too trivial, we will quickly get bored and struggle to maintain motivation. We are born to live and grow, and we need continuous challenges and opportunities to learn new skills. Without challenges, the essential part of us will step in and cause us to lose motivation, as a way of warning us that we have strayed from the right path. How to regain motivation. Reevaluate your goals and projects. Asterisk, are they challenging enough for you? Asterisk, do they require you to grow in order to achieve them? Asterisk, or are you just like a duck paddling in a comfortable pond, doing things you already know you can do? Try adjusting your goals to make them more challenging. Take on projects that require you to develop and explore new things, or learn how to stimulate yourself. 7. Loss of motivation due to sadness. When any change begins, we all go through a period of doubt and questioning. Asterisk, should we, or can we, keep everything the same? Asterisk, can we avoid making any changes? We mourn what we will lose when making significant changes. Confusion, doubt, a loss of trust in the world, and feeling lost are common symptoms. And the bigger the change, the more severe these symptoms become. Sometimes, we might even fall into mild depression and withdraw from others. Martha Beck calls this the death and rebirth phase, in her book Finding Your Own North Star. With all the grief, fear, and confusion during this stage, experiencing a lack of motivation is completely normal. How to regain motivation. If you have just experienced loss, hardship, or a major life change, and you find yourself having terrible days due to the death and rebirth phase, do not force yourself to be motivated. You cannot rush through the process of grieving and letting go of your old life and old ways of thinking. You cannot skip over this phase to jump straight into dreams and plans. You need to give yourself space to nurture and reflect. Asterisk, take care of yourself with good food, rest, and physical activity. Asterisk, express your sadness, confusion, and fears to those who can listen. Asterisk, spend time in nature and be with people who are calm and loving. Asterisk, accept all your emotions and thoughts. They are all normal and safe. Take things one step at a time and be kind to yourself. Confusion, forgetfulness, and clumsiness are normal during this phase. Sadness will pass when it is ready. And if you relax and express your feelings, it may even pass sooner than usual. 8. Loss of motivation due to loneliness. This is extremely important for those who work alone or live far from home. You know those days when you suddenly feel irritated, simply don't want to work, and would rather go out, have a drink with friends, or play soccer? Perhaps this happens because we are social beings. Sometimes, the essential part of you just wants a bit of human connection. So it steps in and hijacks your motivation, forcing you to take a break and spend time with others. How to regain motivation? Stop working for a while. Go out and spend time with someone you like. You will be surprised by how much this affects your motivation, and you will find yourself clear-headed and more productive when you return to work. 8. Loss of motivation due to loneliness continued. At the same time, find ways to start connecting more and collaborating with others in your work. 9. Loss of motivation due to exhaustion. Because I always attract people with blood type A, those who always want to achieve a lot. And because I myself am also blood type A, I understand that sometimes we always push ourselves to excel, hoping to do more, even when we have exceeded the limits of what can be sustained. If you feel tired all the time, have no energy left to socialize, and the thought of sleeping in seems more appealing than anything else you used to care about, then you have probably been pushing yourself for too long. And surely, you have run out of energy. The essential part of you will always try to pull you toward what you need most, while also pushing away goals, projects, and ways of working that prevent you from doing what your essential self wants. That's why, if you feel exhausted and need sleep, your essential self will immediately shake your motivation away from things that normally excite you, just so you can meet your basic needs. How to regain motivation? Sleep. And once you have slept enough and regained your mental clarity, talk to your essential self again. See what truly matters most to you. Wander through Charlie's blog, read the dojo, and start building ways to get more done. 10. Loss of motivation due to not knowing what to do next. Your ultimate goal may be great and clear, but if you haven't taken the time to break that ultimate goal into smaller steps, you will become stuck, confused, and lose motivation when it's time to take action. Some projects are so small and familiar that they don't need planning. But if you constantly worry because you don't know what to do next and have no clear plan, then this might be the reason for your loss of motivation. How to regain motivation? If you want to maintain motivation, focus on following every stage of the plan. Spend time to create clear plans and schedule that planning time into your calendar. Use fear to identify potential risks that you need to navigate in your plan. Write down all your concerns. I don't know how to do this, and turn them into questions to research. The first step of any plan is always research. And along the way, you will discover new questions to explore. So remember, research is always a part of the plan at every stage. Finally, ask yourself, what smaller goals need to be achieved to reach the ultimate goal? Set deadlines for yourself. Setting goals and forcing yourself isn't always the answer. Setting goals, planning, organizing, and verifying progress is often seen as a great solution to regain motivation, creativity, and productivity. However, this strategy only works for certain types of motivation loss. For many other types of motivation loss, setting goals, planning, organizing, and checking progress will only make things worse. It's up to you. Have you identified what kind of motivation loss you're experiencing? Are you stuck in it right now?